Go in with any heating tools besides my blow dryer. I'm going to spray it with this TRESemme Thermal Creations. This is something that I saw from a YouTuber like a couple years ago, and I've used it and then I ran out of it, tried a couple other things, and then just had to come back to it because it was just like the best thing that I've tried before. It smells really good. It doesn't leave your hair greasy, which is a huge thing for me because I've tried so many other products that just leave my hair very greasy, and I don't like that because I only wash my hair with shampoo and conditioner about once a week. So I'm already kind of getting greasy by like the 4th or 5th day or whatever, and I'm using dry shampoo. If I go to put heat on it and I want to spray something to protect my hair, you don't want to make it even more oily because then you just look like a grease ball. Since I was going to be doing a like date night, like sultry kind of summer look, I want to do bigger, looser curls. So I'm going to be going in with this Nume wand. I'm not really sure on the barrel size, but I'll leave that in the description down below. But I love these things. They give the most beautiful curl and they hold for a really long time, which is super important, especially if you're going out in the summer because everything's going to sweat, it's going to get humid, it's just going to, your hair's going to be a mess and it's going to fall out. If your hair's anything like mine, it'll look like even bigger than this by the end of the night, and you don't want that on a date. Jumping right into this. First I'm going to start off with priming my entire face, but we are going to work on the eyes first. So I'm going to be using Youngblood's Mineral Primer. It's supposed to be really rich in vitamins and minerals, so it gives your skin not only some priming abilities, but it also nourishes it at the same time. So I'm going to put just a little dab on each eyelid. It does tend to kind of smear. This is not a mattifying primer by any means. It's just supposed to be healthier for your skin. First things first, I'm going to go in with my NYX HD concealer. It's the concealer I'm going to be using for my face, but I'm also going to be using it to prime my eyelids. And then I'm just going to be going in with just a fluffy kind of brush, and I'm going to go in with a very matte neutral color. This one just so happens to be Vanilla from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit. I like using that one as a setting powder because it's pretty neutral. Doesn't give off any kind of like shimmer, anything like that. And I'll bring it up all the way to the brow bone just so we have a nice base to work with. I'll be going in with my Morphe M441 brush. It's kind of just like a fluffy taper brush, but it's a little bit bigger than some others. And I'm going to be going in with Frappe from MakeUpGeek. The only version I have is in Manny's palette, so I'm just going to use that one. And I'm going to be doing windshield wiper motions back and forth just all over. And I want to start very light-handed. You don't want to get a lot of product on it first because it's harder to blend out. And just work in slow motions, and you can always build up. I was a little worried at first because Frappe is kind of like a darker color, and I've never used just a straight up dark color as a crease color. How many times can you say color in one sentence? And I do want it to kind of come down here in the corner, almost so you can get that halo effect. And then you can go in just with a clean brush and just kind of blend some more up in there. You can always take that vanilla again and just kind of sweep it up in there. I'm going to go back in with Frappe and do another layer. Next I'm going to go in with Aphrodite from Manny's palette. And I'm just going to essentially be doing the same thing. Start out really light. I like starting from the outer corners and working my way in just because it will be darker on the outer. And if you need to, it's sometimes really hard to get in there, but you can always take a smaller sized brush and just go in with the same two colors to get your inner corner that way. Because I know a lot of the times when you use fluffier brushes, they can smear product like on the inner sides of your nose, and that always seems to annoy me. I'm going to go in with Burlesque from MakeUpGeek. It's this little beaut right here. It's more of like a burgundy color, but it's shimmery. It's pretty. And I'm going to put that just all over my lid. So then once you get that all over your lid, you're going to go back in with your brush that you dipped in Aphrodite. And I'm just going to kind of blend whatever is left over on my brush and blend it out with Burlesque. Just to kind of give it that like flow. I'm going to take a little bit more of Aphrodite on the same brush and go in the outer corner and then in the inner corner. And with the L'Oreal Infallible shadow, it's in Amber Rush. These are beautiful. These are some of my favorite, like, look at that. Hands down, one of the best drugstore eyeshadows. Now this is really pretty, but you could also, if you wanted to jazz it up a little bit more than this, you could take like a little spray bottle of water or a Fix, like a Fix Plus type of deal. I'm just going to pour a little bit of water on a towel, and then I'm going to dip my brush in it just a little bit to get my brush wet. And then I'm going to go back into the eyeshadow, and this will give it that like foiled look. And I'm just going to put that right in the dead center. You see how big of a difference that makes? It's crazy. But it allows you to change your textures on certain eyeshadows. So like if you want just a plain shimmer, you can have just a plain shimmer. And if you want something extremely bold or just like that extra pop of color, you can just add water or Fix Plus or anything and it will change an entire look. Before I go and buff out my edges, because I kind of like it like this, I'm going to go ahead and do my lashes. I'm going to use my little Tarte curler to curl them. Be going in with my Tarte's. It came online with my eyelash curler. They came in like a 2-pack type of thing, and it was really cheap. It was only like $12 for the 2 of them. This was the Lights Camera Flash mascara, I believe, and I really like it. I do kind of want to try the bigger size, but it's more of like my dry mascara for the time being, so I'm just gonna put and then I'm also going to go in with my Maybelline, the Falsies Volume Express. I just like to add that little extra volume to my lashes too. Even though I'm putting on falsies and I don't really like need to do this step, I feel like it still gives it something to hold on to. And then this also looks really pretty if you're not even wearing falsies. And I am using the Anastasia Brow Definer in dark brown. I love this thing. I hate it. I still hate doing my brows, but this thing makes it so much easier that I love it. So what I usually do is I start right about here, and I lightly, sometimes I have to like raise my eyebrows just to give it that like tension. And I lightly fill in right there, and then I will drag it up and create that tail. And then once I got a little outline going, I'll go to the top and just give it some shape, and then every now and then I'll go in and brush it out so like the product gets dispersed throughout them. Since my camera decided to not show the rest of my brows, I just went in with some concealer, finished cleaning those up. So now my lashes are completely dry. So I went and got the new Ardell Double Up in the style 205. They're so pretty. I'm assuming Double Up means that there's like 2 bands on it. I'm not really sure. If you are planning on wearing sunglasses on this date or outing, make sure you get some kind of really good primer for your nose area so that you don't have to constantly check to see if you have little sunglasses lines, because we all know those suck. They suck so bad. So what I'm going to go in, I'm going to go ahead and do my face. I'm going to be using the Infallible Pro Matte foundation by L'Oreal. I am shade Classic Ivory 101. So I'm just going to put a little bit on the back of my hand. And I think today I'm going to go in with my, they're kind of like the Artiste brushes, but it's from my makeup brush set. They look like this. They're really pretty. They're super dense and they're awesome. And they're only like $20. It's like ridiculously cheap. And they're so soft on your face. I don't really feel like they pull, because that was my biggest worry, was that like tugging on my face and stuff, I didn't feel like. I'm going to go in with my NYX HD Concealer. I love this stuff. It's like $5. And I think it's pretty comparable to the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. So I'm going to take my Beauty Blender. I actually got this one at TJ Maxx, and it was called like a green tea infused Beauty Blender. I don't know. It's really nice. It's really thick. It's not as nice as, like, my favorite is the Real Technique sponge, but this was really good, and it smelled really good. So I'm just going to pat that all underneath my eye. Another one of my makeup brush set brushes. This one's like one of the tinier ones. And I'm going to go into my Anastasia Beverly Hills palette and get the shade Banana. And I'm just going to pat that underneath my eyes. Just to set everything. And then I'm going to put a little bit in the center of my forehead, down my nose, and a little bit on my chin. And then I'm going to go in with my Tarte Amazonian Clay Foundation, just a little bit, and then one of my other little brushes. Just get a little bit on there. And you really only need to focus on, like, your areas where you think you're gonna sweat a lot, or even like where you think your shirt or your dress or anything might like rub against you. I would assume if it's in the summer you'll have like a strapless dress or something, but if you have like a shawl, if you're going into a restaurant or something like that, definitely nice to have. Okay. So then I'm going to start contouring, and I'm going to go in with my Morphe 9BZ palette. This is one of their bronzing palettes, and it looks like this. It's so pretty. I'm in love with this shade. It's the only kind of like shimmery shade, but it gives such a pretty bronze color. So I'm going to go in with another one of these brushes. This one is just... it's a little bit bigger than the one that I used for my under eyes, but a lot smaller than the one that I used for my face. And I'm going to take this top middle color just to bronze up like near my ears. Just do some circular motions. And then I'm also going to use this shade just a little bit on my forehead. To use the Amber Rush that I used in the middle of my lid. I want to use that as my highlighter. I swatched it on my hand and I think it'll be beautiful. And then I'm going to tone it down a little bit with Anastasia's Sand highlighter from the contour kit. So for my bottom lash line, I'm going to go in with ColourPop's Color Gel Liner in Honey Dude. And I'm just going to put that on my lower lash, or on my waterline. I'm going to go in with Frappe. Just to start smoking that out. But I want to leave room on the inner corner. Because I don't want to close that off. And then I'm going to go in with Aphrodite, just a little bit of it, and put it just at like where your lashes meet. Don't bring it down any further. And then I'm going to take that same brush. I'm going to dip the brush into a little bit of the water on my towel again. And then I'm going to dip it into the Amber Rush. And I'm going to put it inner corner. And I'm just going to take a little bit of it and put it on top of what I had on my lid as well. Just in the center. And then I'm going to go in with that Tarte mascara that I originally used for my lashes, and I'm going to just coat the bottom. Hey! Cat's trying to climb the wall. You can't climb the wall. You probably could, but you're not going to. Okay, so finally I'm to my lips, and I'm going to be using, well, I thought I was going to be using that one, but I think I'm going to just be using a NYX lip liner. It's in pale pink, and it has almost like this rosy hint to it. And then I'm going to be going in with my Kat Von D in Lolita.